Hey folks, it's John at Simply Sprouts Farm, and wanted to do this video for a while because for a few years I had a lot of trouble growing sweet corn. Sometimes I would get these really nice stalks and I didn't have any ears, and I was putting fertilizer in and doing all the things I thought I should be doing, and then over a series of experiments and reading and watching other things that I could find on it, I think I figured it out. So I'm going to share this with you guys so you don't get frustrated with the whole growing of sweet corn. So stay tuned. All right, folks, so the first thing I did was obviously I planted the corn, and you've got to plant it in, I'd say, at least 4 rows. I mean, if you do less than 4 rows, the pollination's just not going to be there, okay? So right now you can see they say 4 to 5 leaves. I've probably waited a little bit too long this time. It's just we've had some weather here in Virginia and it won't stop raining. But you know, for the predominant, I think, you know, if you start counting, and there might be more than 4 or 5 leaves, but I think it's still okay because nobody's turning a light shade of green here, so that's good. Now once it gets to this stage, first thing I do, well, when I plant it, is I use some 10-10-10 fertilizer, and I just spread it out on the ground. Not a tremendous amount, but a handful here and there to sprinkle around. I don't weigh it, but you know, a good smattering, so it's kind of covered the area, and then I till it down on the lowest setting possible, so it just gets into the ground. So that'll get enough to this stage, but they need more nitrogen at this point. So what you do is you get some what's called urea fertilizer, okay? And you want 3/4 pound for every 100 square feet. So this is urea fertilizer, UREA. It's 4600, okay? And I got a little bit over 2 pounds. Get a little scale, measure it out. This one here, urea fertilizer, I got 4600, and I got from a company called DC Earth. So, and we're going to put this down, but before you put the urea fertilizer down, I have this fantastic Honda FG 110. It can get between the rows of the corn. Before I had this, I made my rows wider because I only had my big tiller here with my Troy-Bilt, and I really feel that the rows were too wide for good pollination. Now I can do the rows much smaller, and then I can get between the rows, which I've already done, and knock down these weeds, and then come along and spread the fertilizer down. So now there's some grass and stuff that's still in the row itself, and I may thin a couple because there's a few that are kind of on top of each other here, but do a little thinning of the corn right here. It's always better to plant too much than too little, I'll tell you that. So stay tuned, I'm going to show you what I do. All right, so what you want to do is side dress. So you get your fertilizer, and you're just going to put it on the side here, okay? You see that? Hard to see in the sun, but you don't want to put it over top, okay? You want to do it on the side. and then we're going to till it in. Okay, now I'm going to go through all the rows here and do all this. I'm going to go right here in the middle, put this in, and you got to kind of eyeball it because you only got 2 pounds here. I've got 2 pounds because it's about 200 square feet, a little, well, 250 square feet. So kind of got to eyeball it, make sure you don't use all your fertilizer up before you get to the end. Now if you did use the fertilizer before you get to the end, obviously put some more down, but try to use it sparingly. So just to show you, I got some regular fertilizer here, and what I do is I just get a handful. I haven't grown anything here yet, so just get handfuls and I just push it down like that, and I kind of go around. So, you know, like I said, I don't really measure it. I just kind of move my hands back and forth with it and let it go. I don't know if this works for me. Okay, I mean, I do this with pretty much everything. You know, even before I put the ground cover down, I go along the row and do the same thing. So you can see it. I mean, it's there, not in preponderance, and I spin it in with the tiller. So, you know, it's just the way I've always done it. I mean, my hands aren't overtly big, but I just kind of walk and throw, and then I'll go back around and look, and if there's too much or too little, if it's too much, I'll just kind of try to kick some over a little bit or whatever, and if there's too little, I'll just put a little bit more down. But that's how I do it. Okay, a couple of housekeeping tips here. I went all the way around. I ran out with about 10 feet to go, so I got a couple more handfuls and put it down the rest of the way. Okay, what is this corn? This is called Natalie sweet corn from Harris Seeds. Don't have anything to do with Harris Seeds. Obviously don't have anything to do with Honda or any of those, but trying this for the first time, it looks really good. The reason why I picked it is because it's fast, and we don't like to wait till the end of August for corn, so we can hopefully have some in July this year. As you can see, I also went down the end as well, put some nitrogen down at the end of this row, and as I said, I'm going to go through with the hoe later and knock some of this grass down in between, but this corn should keep growing. Now if it doesn't rain for the next couple days, I'll probably get the sprinklers out here and the hose and water it down. You are gonna, as you go through the rows, just for a word of advice, you're gonna get some of the fertilizer on the leaves that are hanging over in the middle. That's okay. You may not want to be like me and wear shorts, because as you know, corn will cut you up. And you may also want to use gloves. The fertilizer doesn't bother my hands, but it may bother yours. Okay, then the process is going to repeat itself one more time. You're going to get a half a pound per every 100 square feet of the urea fertilizer, and put it down when you see 8 leaves, or when you start seeing a tassel. If you see a tassel, you've got to get out there and get that nitrogen in there, because the corn is going to start forming and it needs that to keep rocking and rolling. So I'm going to get to tilling this this stuff in here, and until next time, if you like our channel, subscribe to it. We got some really fun upcoming things going on, and leave comments or questions below. Love to hear them, love to hear from you. Until next time, take care, God bless, and we'll see you soon.